Let's start with our top focus this evening, which is on the confrontation that we are seeing once again between Raj Bhavan and the Chief Minister's house. And this time, the focus, the fight is in Karnataka, where the government and the governor, this entire battle has escalated. And remember, this is just days after a similar situation arose in Tamil Nadu, in the neighboring state, where the Raj Bhavan versus the government on the governor's address has become so intense, so heated. It seems that more than the opposition in the state, the government versus the governor seems to be playing the ruling and the opposition party. The governors are being accused of being partisan, especially in the opposition states. They are being accused of trying to, in fact, put roadblocks as far as the work of the government is concerned. Now, in Karnataka, the governor, in fact, Mr. Gehlot, this fight intensified after he declined to deliver the customary address at the start of the assembly session and exited the assembly, which created chaos and absolute redux of what happened in Tamil Nadu as well, where R.N. Ravi has been at the loggerheads. Remember that went to the court, they were sitting on some bills. So are the governors becoming instrument through which the allegation of the opposition is that the central government, the BJP, is trying to needlessly put problems as far as the states governed by the opposition is concerned? Now, the governor of Karnataka objected to paragraphs criticizing the centre's new G law on rural employment that has replaced Manrega scheme that was started under the UPA government. The convention usually is for the president and also for the governors. The state cabinet, led by the chief minister, gives them a speech at the beginning of the assembly session. That speech largely highlights the concerns and the achievements of the government of the day. The governor customary reads through that. But in Tamil Nadu and in Karnataka, the governors have decided not to. In Tamil Nadu as well, Mr. R.N. Ravi, the governor, walked out of the assembly after he refused to read the speech written by the the state government, in which union government, citing incorrect claims as per him, were being made. Now this is, and especially in Tamil Nadu, as an election year, has become a problematic part. I first want to play out a report that tells you exactly how the governor's office has become the big political office as well. Take a look.
Another day, another governor versus government showdown in an opposition-ruled state. Governor Thaawarchand Gehlot walking out of the Karnataka Assembly without delivering his customary speech, as he objected to some portions criticizing the centre's new law on rural employment, the G bill. Chaos ensued inside the assembly. Congress's BK Hariprasad seen arguing with the governor and trying to stop him as Gehlot made his way out. Hariprasad's shirt was torn in the ruckus.
Today is the black day in the history of democracy. A governor who is supposed to be a guardian of the constitution, he has violated, insulted, failed in discharging his duties as governor.
The BJP, defending the governor, attacked the Congress government of pursuing its agenda.
The state government has no agenda but to do politics. Their only agenda is to blame the central government. So anyway, discussion will happen and we will expose them how J. is good and what these people are trying to do.
The Karnataka fracas came just 2 days after a similar episode in the Tamil Nadu Assembly, where Governor R.N. Ravi on Tuesday refused to read a speech prepared by the ruling DMK government and walked out of the opening day of the year's first assembly session in a huff, declaring the national anthem had been insulted. Opposition states such as Bengal, Kerala, Karnataka, Punjab and Tamil Nadu have seen repeated government and governor clashes over assembly speeches and pending bills.
Now, a lot of questions are being asked, especially in the opposition-ruled states. What are the governors doing? Are they only doing it as an extension? That's the allegation that the opposition is running. And on the other hand, the question is, should the governors just be rubber stamps? Should they just read and do whatever the state government wants to? And then there is a larger debate as well, ladies and gentlemen. Do we even need these governor offices? What is the need of governors? That's the big question that a lot of people are also asking, as far as these controversies are concerned. I very quickly want to, in fact, introduce my guest on the broadcast. Gopal Agarwal of the Bharatiya Janata Party is joining us at this moment, and Lavanya Balal, spokesperson of the Congress Party, is also with me. Before I go to my guest, I just want to very quickly give you some data and statistics, because a lot of people, it's a hot debate on social media and otherwise as well. Do we need this kind of governance system in our democratic setup? What is the role? What is the importance? What do the governors bring on the table when there are people of every state who choose the government after every 5 years in elections, the people that they want to represent them, make laws for them, and govern their state? Very quickly, I just want to focus and tell you about, first, the cost of the governors on the exchequer. The salary of the governors on an average is about 3.5 lakh rupees a month. There are 28 states. So if you multiply the 3.5 lakh with 28 states, the salary is 11.7 crore. Remember, there are lieutenant governors also who, like in the union territories, whether it is state like Delhi or Puducherry, there are lieutenant governors as well. Apart from these, there are massive perks: palatial mansions, staffs, ADCs, secretariat, gardeners and other people, those who ensure that the governor houses and the governor and his family are kept well. The upkeep cost is somewhere around 19 crore rupees in a small state. In big states, it goes up to 50 to 70 crore rupees. Travel and discretionary grants are also given. 600 crore rupees per year is spent on all these things. What is this 600 crore rupees is being spent on? What do you think that the governors do that, this sort of money should be spent on them? The customary give their assent to the bills, or they sit on the bills, then the court, the governments, are forced to go to the court. They are administering oaths to the incoming assemblies or to the chief minister, chancellor of universities, and they are seen as a bridge to the center, which many now see as an extension, and it's not a new phenomenon. It's not that only it's happening under the BJP government. These allegations were made when the Congress party, when Sonia Gandhi, Indira Gandhi was also in power, that the government house was being used as an instrument to enforce what the federal government wants. So in that scenario, do we actually need the governors? This whole system was devised, in British India. And now we are only seeing controversy after controversy as far as governors are concerned. Gopal Krishna Agarwal, let me begin with you. Because what has happened in Karnataka and Tamil Nadu, the opposition has a very clear charge that the governors, especially in opposition state, we don't see a governor in Madhya Pradesh or Rajasthan sitting on the bills, not reading the speech which has been given by the cabinet, but only in the opposition state the governors have these problems. They are instrument of politics, office of politics utilized by the central government. That's the charge on you.
No, they may charge, but we have to understand that we are following a system which is defined under the Constitution, that governor is the representative of the president, center, and the pontiff head of the government is president. In our system, it is the head of the government is considered to be the president of India, and he exercises his powers and his opinions through the governor. That is the mechanism. Because there are issues when there are difficulties in the state assembly, because state is also, we have a federal structure also. There are issues where in the constitution, issues, some are divided. We have issues reserved for the state to assemblies to make laws. Some are divided for the center and some are on the concurrent list. So and center has been made superior.
But Gopal bhai, answer me this question. You are saying the governor is the representative of the president of India. We both know that both these posts are ornamental posts with no real power. Hold on. Are Gopal bhai, listen to my question, then respond. Then respond. You are saying that they represent the will of the president in the name of the president. Of course, the governors have to ensure that the state governments are being run according to the constitution. But let me ask you this. Who does the president of India act on advice of? The central government. By that extension, we are basically saying it's the central government wielding power on the governor house, which is creating especially trouble in the opposition states.
No, you can call it trouble if some wish of the state government or the assembly is not being accepted, or there are issues with regard to what the state cabinet passes or what laws are made. That has to be that has to be vetted by the center, because our constitution, federal structure of the constitution, has made the state subservient to the whatever the issue, even where states can make laws that can be challenged or changed by the center parliament.
No, it can be challenged, but please don't use the word subservient. The state governments are not subservient to the central government. There is a federal structure in which the central government the state governments are not subservient to the central government. Both work under a structure. It's not that the Prime Minister of India can, in fact, I mean, yes, we've seen allegations of how the misuse of certain laws have taken place in the past as well, but they are not subservient to the central government, sir.
No, you cannot call it subservient, but the laws passed by parliament are superior to what laws passed by assembly, even where there is a...
They are binding on all. Lavanya Balal, respond to what Gopal Krishna Agarwal is saying. He's saying that, we need the governor, and opposition may claim that, all this is happening because of politics, but he has an important role. He's making sure that there is no contravention to the constitutional ethos and the federal structure as far as the running of the state governments is concerned.
And even
Ankit, I totally disagree.
Hold on. Gopal bhai, hold on. Let her respond, then I'll come to you.
Yeah. Ankit, I totally disagree with what Mr. Agarwal is saying, because, the governor, he plays a very important role. The president of India plays a very important role. He is obligated to read out the speech which is presented to him by the House of Elected Representatives, and to refuse to read out that speech, which he's constitutionally obligated. According to Articles 163 and 176, he is actually insulting the Constitution. It is an affront to the House of Elected Representatives, and it is a deviation from the constitutional system. I don't know which system Mr. Agarwal was speaking, but it is incorrect on the governor's part to not read out the speech given to him by the Vidhan Sauda, and also to walk out of the Vidhan Sauda even before the national anthem is played. All we ask is, do not threaten the federal structure of this nation. And like Mr. Agarwal was saying, we are not subservient to anyone. All of us are, I think, on an equal footing, because we are united.
But Lavanya, hold on, Mr. Agarwal. But Lavanya, the governor is also mandated or given the right to go through and present his objections if he has any, as far as the state government or the council of ministers in the state is concerned.
Yes, he is. He specified that the paragraphs that he is not comfortable reading out are the paragraph that talk about Manrega and the impact of changing Manrega that will have on Karnataka. He specified that he's not comfortable reading that. But it is not for us or anyone to be comfortable, Ankit. It is about governance, and it is about the impact it has on 7 crore people in Karnataka. And the governor,
all that was debated in the parliament, and the bill was passed. The bills which have passed in the parliament, then that become the law, or binding on all states equally.
No, Ankit, no. We are missing out on a very crucial point here, Ankit. He may not be comfortable with parts of the speech, but he is obligated to read that speech out. He is obligated to address the joint session that happens at the beginning of the year. It is his obligation. In politics, there may be a lot of things that you're not comfortable with, but you need to do that because it is your constitutional right and it is what the Constitution says. The governor cannot say, I'm not going to read this out. That itself is a threat to the federal structure of this nation.
Okay, Gopal Krishna Agarwal, respond to what Lavanya is saying, and let me add to that. Read me instances where in a BJP ruled state, the governor has refused to in fact read what the government gave to him, or the president has in that case refused to read what the central government gave in their speech, whether you like it or not.
No, but if the issue is whether you like it or not is not the issue. Whether it is correct or not, that is also issue. But because the parliament has passed a bill, passed an act, which is an act of the amendment that is implementable, state governments do not have a right to criticize an act on that. If it is a political statement.
Sir, hold on. Everybody has a right to criticize it, even if that has been passed. Please don't take away the right of criticism from anybody. That's a freedom of speech for every citizen of this country, whether they are, in a powerful position or not. But let me ask you this again. While you are saying that the governor has the right, please tell me instances from BJP ruled state where the governor found something which was on the contrary to what he should have written. Or are you only telling me that the governors in the opposition ruled states find these faults with the statements which have been given by, or the speech which has been given by the government of the day?
No, but Ankit, we have to understand the state of politics currently. What the certain states are doing is just trying to subvert the authority of the parliament. If the governor, they cannot say that whatever the statement has been given to them, he has to read. Then there is no freedom for what
no, but
he
Gopal
can.
Bhai, are we saying because the state governments are doing politics, the governor office will also respond in politics? That politics has to be responded by the opposition in the state, not the governor's house.
How will you decide? How can you say that if there are no cases where governors have not found anything wrong with the state government, this is because there is an alignment of the state government with the central government. The same government is working there. You tell where the state government which are ruled by BJP.
Okay, so you are agreeing that if there is no alignment with the state government, the governors are going to do what they are doing in opposition ruled states.
No, but you have to say what is the issue. If the governor is
I am not saying that. You are saying that in BJP states, there is alignment. In the non-BJP states, there is no alignment. Lavanya, coming on it, the fact is if the state government wants to do politics, wants to criticize the central government or the laws that the central government makes in the speech of the governor, if you are free to do politics, then the government is also free to do, take action on this political move. The speech is supposed to highlight the achievements of a state government and the things that they want to do in the upcoming session and so on and so forth. You are politicizing that speech. The governor is taking a stand.
Ankit, we are in politics. So whatever we do will be political. Having said that, the governor is supposed to be bipartisan. He's not supposed to be partisan. He's supposed to do what is good for the population of Karnataka, the 7 crore people. While Mr. Agarwal says that the union government has the ultimate authority on every decision, we disagree. The Constitution says that it is the Parliament. The Parliament. Sir, let me finish. When he says whatever the decision has been taken by the Parliament is ultimate and the state governments do not have the right to disagree with the union government, then he's being unconstitutional. Constitution of India gives all the states in India the right to disagree with issues that
I have to wrap this up. Can I ask both of you, and just in 10 seconds, give me a precise answer. Do you agree with this whole debate, Lavanya? Let me begin with you. That the governor's office, as you are also saying, is being used as an instrument of politics, extension of politics of the central government. Do you think it's time to do away with the governor's offices? The state can still run with the government can still, in fact, with the secretaries and the structure, can still oversee whether everything has been done according to the constitution or not?
No, Ankit, absolutely not. I will not agree with that stand that we need to do away with the governor's post at all, because the checks are in place, designed by the people who framed our constitution, so that power is not in hands which might turn it into something negative. So the checks need to be in place. We need the president. We need the governor.
All right, I will leave it there. Thank you so much to both of you for joining me at this moment. But as I said, it has become a huge controversy, especially in opposition-ruled state. And if the people of this country have to believe that these positions, these offices, high offices, for which we pay so much taxpayer money to maintain, have sanctity as the overseers, as people, those who are ensuring that constitutional values are adhered to, possibly there needs to be a relook in the conduct of various governors as well. That is open to debate. I'll leave it there. Thank you so much to both of you for joining me.